I need to feel.
Yo, what is up guys, Kyrik here and welcome back to a new tutorial. Today I'll be teaching you guys how to manipulate objects in your enemy scene. Of course you can execute this on RL footage as well, but I'll be demonstrating it on an enemy scene, specifically this scene, because it's an easy scene to manipulate objects in. So as you've seen and watched this at the beginning of the video, I'll be manipulating some objects from this scene. I'll only do one for the sake of the tutorial. You can do as many as you want. So to begin with, of course you can use this on still images. I just froze the frame of the video of the anime clip, or you could do it on moving anime clips. It doesn't matter either way. Just make sure, keep in mind that if you're trying to do it on a clip, you just gotta mask every single frame, either by manually masking it or roto brushing it. So for the sake of the tutorial, I'll just do a still image as it's way faster. So grab your enemy clip, you're gonna have to duplicate it, and what we're gonna be doing is masking the object that you wanna manipulate. So you could either use roto brush or the pen tool. As this is a still image, I'll just use the pen tool. I'll try to roughly mask it using the pen tool with curvatures as well to get a cleaner mask. So right now we have the mask of the object. As you can see, it looks very clean. You can feather it a little bit if you want, maybe one or two, to break down the rough edges. And now if you notice, if you move this object, we're still gonna have the previous object beneath it, and you don't want that when you're manipulating. You don't want to move your object and then graph it and then end up with an object beneath it. That's not what you're trying to look for. As you can see, this doesn't look good. If you are trying to move this object, it just doesn't make sense. So what we're going to be doing now is getting rid of this object using the clamp tool. Yeah, the clone stamp tool. I keep on messing it up. Anyways, you're gonna select your clip and then double click on it. And now we're gonna try to blend it with a table. So what you're gonna be doing is that you're gonna go to the table or whatever you're trying to blend it with, and then you're gonna click Alt once, and then you're gonna click on your mouse and then select the color that you're trying to blend it with and just paint over it, and keep doing this process over and over again. It might be confusing at first. We'll just keep on doing it. Try your best to blend it. Choose different parts of the table to blend it with, as you can see. Because let's say if I was to choose this part, which has a shadow, just will look out of place, as you can see. So just try to blend it. There is no specific rule to follow. Just do whatever looks good in this case. And if you ever mess up, just Control Z and you reset. So I'll just quickly blend. Alright, so I think that's good enough. It's not way too perfect. You can still see some. It's still noticeable if you look closely, but from a distance it's not that visible. As you can see, you can barely tell that it's painted. So now we have our object. As you can see, we have the background and then our object on top. Now wherever you move this object, there's gonna be nothing underneath it. You can later on add a drop shadow and anchor it to the table, but I'm not gonna be doing that. You could do it if you want to make it more realistic, I'd say. But it goes up to you, to be honest, if you want to do that. I personally didn't do it at the beginning of the tutorial because it would have been a waste of time. It's not that noticeable either way. So right now I'm just gonna move the object, graph it a bit. And now you just either speed graph it or value graph it. It doesn't really matter. I'll just use a value graph for this. This is somewhat what you want. Movement isn't really perfect, but this is an unrealistic type of movement that I'm doing right now. If you were trying to make it realistic, you'd either wanna, as an example, make the object fall down later on and animate the bounces of it, either by using an expression or manually graphing it and keyframing it, or you could be using a script called Newton, which automatically does that for you if you want to save time. You can find the script online though. I don't personally use it. That's just in case you want to do a more of a realistic manipulation. You could also fake a shadow in case you were interested in that. You just duplicate your object, reset all the points, and then you just use fill, make the fill black. You can mess with the fill opacity to change the opacity of this. Actually, not the full opacity, but the actual opacity of the clip. And you could animate it accordingly. So as you can see, you could animate the drop shadow accordingly to the movement of the object they're trying to manipulate. It would be a nice touch to add to make it a bit more realistic, I'd say, but other than that, it's not totally necessary to do. And so that's basically it for the object manipulation. It's pretty simple, and that's that. If you enjoyed the tutorial, make sure to drop a like and sub. Other than that, stay safe, and I'll catch you in another tutorial. Peace.